GM. Right, so back to Sunday swings here. It is obviously Sunday. It is currently, I don't even know, 11:05 in the real time zone. So, you already know what the premise of this is. If you don't know, basically me just marking up what I think is going to happen throughout this week, my selected pairs, everything that goes through over the course of 29 pairs. Some are just obviously not going to be marked based on their structure, readiness, etc. But at the end, usually it's between 2 and 5 pairs. Sometimes we might even have 10, depending on how it was, because today was much more of a waiting period than most. But basically, introduction finished. I shall do this and then come back to you when I have the Sunday swings prepared here. So I'll see you in just a second.
A few moments later.
Right, back again now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pairs for this week. Technically, well, I'll get into it in detail here. So, obviously they're sorted by most ready, not ready. And so we're going to go straight through them. So BTC here. Everything looks like, it's ready to trade here, but we got a 4-hour bearish momentum, and we'd have to have a break of this or a break of that to see what happens. In the sense of it's still bearish, so we can't do anything with this unless it does go down here, break the lower high, and then retest. But that's basically it. I keep it here regardless if it's ready or not. I just keep it because I like looking at it, and I don't actively trade it, but I just, like looking at it. Right. So, actually, the first one we're looking at this week would be SPY calls. So that would be here, break up lower low, can't go up to lower high because, well, where are you gonna put the position at? Let's say that it even breaks at the perfect level here. You have a, let's say, amazing 13 pip stop loss. Where are you targeting? There's nothing here. Even if you jump on the weekly, there's nothing. Right? So just be careful with that stuff. So for me to even consider the trade, it's gonna have to go down to here, because here we actually have a markup level. So let's say that it even broke. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's see. Like that. Perfect. So even if it breaks through here and creates another lower high, even if it's through here, at least there's something to mark up, a sense of a level up here, like so, or down here, or whatever it could be. But anyways, that's the first one. EUD, CAD, same thing here. However, we've got 2 options because I actually quite like what it looks like on the lower high break here, just because I think loads of levels to take profit at. So you can either go with option 1 or option 2, depends on what price gives us. I guess we'll see. NZD CAD, only an option to go from the lower low, just because up here, again, nothing to take profit at. Here, however, we're looking much juicier with this, for example, or we could be targeting here. So that's looking much better. Then we've got EuroCAD here, same exact thing. Got to break this. There's no way you're going to take a profit, or it's not going to happen at least this week, where you're going to get 60 pips up, just straight up like that. Or even if it does that, again, where you take a profit. Look left, all the way up here, sure, that's 2023. But maybe up here, right? But again, you got a 0.95% gain in your position. So not exactly ideal in my eyes. So if it doesn't break the lower high, I'm just not taking the trade because I have enough. And there's always another trade coming. Gold, I know, looks very bearish. Daily is also bearish. However, weekly is looking, bullish. So I'm accepting it and thinking, okay, the general trend is still bullish until it breaks this lower high, or higher low, excuse me. So what I'm waiting for here is, I know it looks messy, but it's just the way it is. There. So we're just waiting for the break of the lower high, or lower low. It can be both actually, because this is a pretty good place. So it goes up here, might end up doing something like that, up here. So we've got loads of space to take it from, even if you target it below the lower low. You still got over here, maybe over here, but that's, again, risking a little bit too much for too little gain. So ideally we'd be looking over here, because this is a daily level up here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we'd be looking right around here. So 5 hour is not bad if it breaks the lower high or lower low. Jesus Christ, I've been doing this too many hours now. And then same thing really with lower high, because if it breaks the lower high, again, we still have loads of space, even if it did something like that. Up here, let's say there was a wick that looks like that. I'm not going to draw it. It takes too much time. Let's say that this is the level you're taking at, still 2.8%. Pretty decent. So I can actually just leave it here as visual purposes. Platinum here, we got 2 options. Same thing again, pretty much is just, you can either go for option A2, which is enough RR for you here, or option 1. Obviously, when we're doing this, option 1 is our ideal place to take it, because we're talking low stops here and high profit margins, so you could even target something like that. But even if it went up here and we have it a little bit bigger, if we aimed for something like here, still 2.2 times risk. If you even get a better entry, like let's say here, still 3.6. Target down, more than 2.5. Right, so not bad at all. I can actually remove that out. It's going to confuse me why I put it there. AUD USD, same thing as platinum, just either option 2 or option 1. I'm not going to put TP, so you realize obviously that over here it's going to be less profitable, but still an opportunity. Over here it's going to be much more profitable. Even if you have an entry from here or here or here, you're still going to be in massive profit. But it's going to look like, even at the highest level of option 1, you're still targeting 2 times risk. More realistic, it's going to be more likely like that, where you're closing in on 3% on your position, which is not bad at all. Right, these are the ones that are actual for this week. These ones are just 3 that I think might hit this week, or this one definitely might hit this week, in my opinion, because, well, the pips are just 17 pips. It's pretty decent. However, this one is the next one that might hit this week, and this one is just simply, it's just too much space. If you look at it daily, you've got nearly 200 pips between this and the position, so I'm like, I'm good. Second thing I wanted to do was pretty much show you how I categorize my trades, which looks like this. So I have a Notion pad, and I basically just put potential pair, and then I copy the exact same thing here, but I actually explain what I'm doing. So waiting on the 4-hour break, and then include an explanation where the alerts are, etc. And then this same thing, waiting on area interest. So I suggest you do this. It's really helpful. It keeps track of all the trades, because if you leave it like this, sure, this one is pretty helpful, but I want to have a full detailed explanation of why everything is happening. So that's the reason why this is just organization and helpful for me. So that's pretty much it. It's currently Sunday, so enjoy the rest of the day, and yeah, I guess we'll see each other tomorrow for a daily analysis. So I'll see you motherfuckers then.